What is up, everyone? Thank you for joining us for another Saturday night stream. Today I'm rolling solo, and I decided to go a little old school. Take it to Crash Bandicoot. Uh, it's not super old school. It's not, like Mario or anything, or even further back Atari, but it's old enough to be considered old school. PS1 games. Granted, these are the remastered versions of Crash uh, 2 and 3. I'm probably just gonna play the first game. Uh, I'm not sure if we'll have time for the others. I might just pop in, kind of take a look. Uh, I haven't played them in so long that I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they hold up, or if I'm any good anymore. It's like I said, it's been a while. But yep, rolling solo, and hopefully you enjoy. So, first thing I'm going to do is make sure my controller is working. I know I'm supposed to do that before we start the stream, but things happen. uh, all right. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. I forgot to make sure I can see all you people in the chat. There you go. Sorry, it's a little bit easier when there's other people with me. Anywho, so let's get back to the game. So like I said, we're gonna do Crash first. Or maybe just Crash, I don't know. We'll see.
But, Dr. Cortex, we haven't determined the cause of past failures.
Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general. He will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time, I shall reign triumphant. We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
The graphics look nice. Looks pretty good. I know I'm a little late. This game came out a while ago, the remasters, but
Capture him!
yeah, it looks good. At least for the cutscenes, anyways.
Prepare the female Bandicoot.
Yes. Yeah, it does look snazzy. If I do say so myself. Alright, one sec. Game options. Actually, I think the music and stuff was okay. Do. Let's make this full screen, shall we? And yeah. There we go. All right. I'll take that. Yeah, it looks awesome. Comparatively to the originals and whatnot. I hear Spyro looked really good too, the remaster, the trilogy. Looked really snazzy itself. Whoops. Run! Oh, almost forgot you. Ah, I forgot which way to go. Well, let's try this way. Actually, I can go back. That's right. I can go backwards. Actually, let me go. Try to get all the boxes. Oh, there's nothing there. Okay. But I'm still missing boxes. Hmm. What did I miss? What did I miss? Is there a way to break these? Oh, right. I can jump. Duh. There we go. Give it to me. Ba-da-ba. I didn't get the key. Ah, well. Hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving. My parents actually came over, uh, celebrate with us. It was good. It was good stuff. Good stuff. Is this the level I'm supposed to? This one was the purple one. Hmm. Maybe I missed it. Oh well. But yeah, had a good turkey day. Played video games. That's what you should do Thanksgiving. Hang out with friends, family, eat turkey, or whatever it is you eat. And play video games. Out of my way. Yes. Ah, wait a minute. How do I get that? I forget. Ah. Like I said, it's been a while, so if I'm missing things, I apologize. Can I still do this? No, apparently not. Timing's off. G.A.M.E. Bonk. Oh, there we go. It's like, wait, I'm missing one? Could have sworn. Give it to me. Of course. I remember this being such a big thing when this game came out with the 3D running towards the screen gameplay. Yeah, I know, I know. Unfortunately. Yeah, I know, right? 3 boxes. I should have went back, double checked, but kind of want to keep it moving. How do I keep moving? It's interesting because it's old, right? But then it feels a little off. I guess maybe because uh I haven't played platformers like this in a while. I mean, there's a couple like, you know, Super Mario World or 3D Super Mario World, but they even then they don't really. Well, I guess that one's kind of similar. It's different, more. I don't want to say refined, but the timing's different. And the feel of when you're jumping and whatnot. Except for this, the 2D stuff. Whoops. That feels normal. Oh wait, almost forgot that. But when it's in 3D, that's when it feels a little off. But not in a bad way though. It's not like off in a way where you're like it's not properly calibrated or, like the timing is off and everything. It's not like that. Oh. Do they respawn? Do they? No, they do not. Whacktastic. Oh, yeah. Remember those guys? But yeah, like I was saying, it's not a bad feeling per se. It's just not what I'm used to anymore. And so timing certain jumps going into the foreground or background feels a little. It makes me feel like I'm going to be off with my timing a little bit. So far, so good though. Give me the bonus. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm saying oh yeah because I remember certain things from my childhood that are coming back to me now. Wait, I missed some? What did I miss? Apparently not all of it's coming back. Dang, I missed a lot that time. Like I said, haven't played in a while. Years. I don't want to say, was the second one? I think the second one was also on PlayStation 1, right? And then the third was on PlayStation 2, Xbox. I want to say that's right. The good news with missing stuff is the fact that you can always go back. Kind of like Donkey Kong Country. You can always go back to the older levels and try to find all the secrets, the things that you missed and whatnot. Man, I missed 11 boxes that time. That's alright. Yeah, see, running towards the screen, this feels weird. Here comes the boulder. Take that. See, that felt a little off that time. Woo. Ah, I missed it. Checkpoint. That said, I'm still doing okay. Knock on wood. Oh. Ah, see? I shouldn't have said anything. I should have been quiet. It's like, as soon as you say you're doing fine, that's when you mess up. But this will give me a chance to get these. There we go. And give me my G.A.M.E. Yes. Ba-da-ba. It would be cool if we had new Crash Bandicoot games. Just to kind of see where they would go with it, considering all the new platformers that's come out since this time, or since the time that those games came out. Like the Mario's, Mario's gone pretty far in terms of the things you can do, whether it's cooperative play, being in 3D, um, all sorts of stuff. And then of course, the recent Rayman games have been pretty spectacular. So just to see what they would do, if it would be exactly the same or not, would be really cool. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, see, and it would also be cool since. Oh, that's right. That's why I missed those boxes. I didn't hit the TNT because I was trying to avoid the TNT boxes, but I forgot you could jump on them and they count down, and that also counts. Yeah, totally forgot. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, with him getting a new game, maybe we could also see him uh, jump into Smash Brothers. Maybe the next character pass or whatever would be really cool. If he was thrown in. I mean, how many games would you be able to play, or I should say, what game out there allows you to play as all these amazing platforming icons, from Sonic to Mario, and of course Luigi, can't leave him out. But then Mega Man, I mean, I know he's action platforming, but same thing for the most part. He's a platformer. You got him, and then you get, was it Banjo-Kazooie? Who else was added? Um, I can't think of it right now, or think of a character right now. Pretty sure there's another platformer I'm missing. I missed 3. Blue. But yeah, like all those characters in the same game. That's crazy, right? That's like, I mean, it's unheard of in the sense that we didn't think these characters would ever commingle or whatever, jump into a game. I mean, it was a big deal when Sonic ended up in, when they had the Mario and the Sonic Olympic Games. That was a big deal just because it was the first games they had ever been in, together. And then, here comes Smash Brothers and Sonic jumps in there, and so that's a huge thing, right? But then, Smash Ultimate, we have all these like iconic characters. It would be really great for, if they added, Rayman and Crash and just kind of went all in. It would be, yeah, like I said, it would be awesome for him to be in there. Ouch. For some reason I thought you had to wait till the spin was done, but apparently not. Huzzah! Yeah, so we got to the point where we never thought they would cross paths, and now that they have, we're seeing more and more iconic characters being dumped in that game. It would be great. Like I said, it would be great to have these other platforming icons in there. Um, and considering that Crash isn't like necessarily owned by, I mean, he wasn't. I believe he was Sony's mascot at one point, but he's kind of, since Crash 3, he was able to go to Microsoft's console. So I don't think that Sony would have a say in him being in the game. So that would be cool. Coco. Sweet. But yeah, ultimately though, I would like a new Crash Bandicoot game, something that would, I'm a big fan of platformers, and outside of the Mario's and the Raymans that came out a few years ago, we haven't had a whole lot that I can think of. Mainstream, iconic. I know the Spyro uh, remake was recent, but I can't think of anything else that was like. I'm trying to think what came out this year. Yeah, I can't think of anyone or any character or game or whatever. Oh, of course. Of course. Yeah, I should have destroyed everything. Oh, that was close. Whew. So yeah, it's like it's this weird floatiness to the jumps. And like I said, I don't think that was necessarily bad design, or rather, it's indicative of what it was on the PlayStation, and not necessarily, cause or a design issue from the remake. At least that's what it feels like. Like I don't think this is feels much different from what it was before, which was the point. They didn't want to necessarily do that. There we go. Um, yeah, they didn't want to necessarily do that. They just wanted to bring back the old feel, and they've done that. They've succeeded. Uh, you know, my expectations. They did a great job. Granted, I've only played this one so far, so take that with a grain of salt. But considering how well this one turned out, I don't think part 2 or 3 is going to be horrible. Or so, like drastically different to the point of, you know, quality. Outside of it being like, I didn't like part 2 or I didn't like part 3, that sort of thing. Like, you're basically going to get what, what these games were back then. Just better graphics. I think they might have done a couple other tweaks um, to make, like quality of life better, that sort of thing, quality of life changes. But for the most part, I can't really say what they are or speak to what they could be, uh, just based on what I'm doing right now. Interesting enough, these games are rather chill, and one of the things that I like playing platformers, being a fan of platformers, I like having, I kind of grade everything by Mario and maybe Rayman. Like the recent Raymans were awesome, but in terms of how the platforming mechanics are, in terms of jumping and actually landing on things, and the enemies and how they respond, and how you go about attacking and whatnot. And I think like a lot of it, this one, I feel like as crazy as Crash is, these feel kind of chill at times. Ah, I miss that. Except for when you're missing boxes. That's when it doesn't feel chill, but I don't know, it doesn't, it's like it's exciting but not. Like I'm having a good time. Oh, totally thought I cleared that, but oh well. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Uh, but it's not like, and it could just be my bias in terms of like just loving everything Mario. Ah, of course now that I'm saying this, I'm like messing up, right? I was doing so well outside of not getting every single box, right? I was doing good. I was doing good. Boo hiss. I don't know, maybe I should stop talking. How did I how did I do that before? Did I just Okay, I know I went to the opposite side. Or did I? Alright, you know what? Screw the boxes. I already missed one anyways. And since I can't go back, there's no point. But it's hard not to hit the boxes. It's like that's the whole thing, right? Like, I think Crash might be one of the first ones to make you want to collect everything. Like Mario, you didn't, I mean, you got things. Oh, goodness. Like you got stuff, but you didn't really collect things, right? You got, except for when it got to like Mario 3, you collected items to use when you got into levels. But for the most part, it was, there were, consumables or, some type of power up. They weren't, you didn't have to you didn't have to collect them to 100% complete the game or whatever. Like you could just, you just had to beat the game. That's essentially was what it was. I'm trying to think if there was any other game. I mean, unless we go back to like games like Commander Keen, I think Commander Keen, where you had to collect all of the, assorted items and whatnot to get to make it to the end, I believe, or like it stopped you. It's at a certain point. My wife could tell you more about that. She likes those games. But I want to say Crash was the first. I don't know. I don't know. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong in terms of collecting. Because, I mean, you still beat the game, right? You don't have to get the boxes. That was the difference between uh, this and Donkey Kong Country. No, it was Donkey Kong Country. How did I miss that? I was just talking about Donkey Kong, right? Yeah, Donkey Kong, Super Nintendo, you had collectibles and such. Collecting the letters and collecting, however many bananas and whatnot. Like, yeah. So Donkey Kong Country, right? The one thing though, well, I think that was cool. The one thing that Donkey Kong Country did that I didn't like, um, beyond being just amazing, was the latter Donkey Kongs, or maybe like Donkey Kong 64, where, and Mario 64, Mario was the first one that did this mess, uh, where you couldn't go past a level without collecting a certain number of something. So like stars, hearts. Donkey Kong Country, it was bananas. In Mario, it was the stars, and you couldn't go past a certain level, and which wouldn't bother me necessarily if you didn't have to replay levels. Like Mario, whoops. like Mario, what would happen is you would get to a certain point. Oh wow, I missed all of that. You would get to a certain point where you couldn't, you collected everything, and then you would get to a mirror or whatever that takes you to the next set of levels or next level, and it would say, oh, you don't have however many stars, and so you would have to go back to the old levels, and it would be something different. Like it would be the same level, but you would have to do a different task within that level, right? And from there, you would get the rest of the stars. I think I was supposed to use him, but oh, can I jump on that? Yes. Uh, yeah, you're supposed to use them, or sorry, you're supposed to do those different tasks to get the rest of the stars. The problem was that I didn't like going backwards. Like that was, if you can understand the original games, you always move forward. Outside of Super Mario 3, where you were on World 8, and if you took a wrong move, you would be sent back, or not really sent back. If you died, obviously you would go back. But if you were trying to, oh come on, bro. If you were trying to get past certain levels on World 8, like it could stop you, is what it was. It wasn't. It didn't. Sorry, my fault. It didn't make you go backwards. It would stop you. Still hit me. Yeah, it would make you go backwards, and so or stop you. It didn't go backwards. Sorry. So, what was I saying? So yeah, for the most part that I can think of, there was no having to replay levels to get something just to go to the next world. And oh, okay. Interesting. And I always hated that because I liked just being able to go, keep going. Like if I didn't collect everything, whatever. And like I said, the old Marios, you didn't have to do that. There's a high score, in that sense, like, or having like a lot of extra lives for whatever reason. But it was never like you need to collect this many gold coins and then you can go to the next level. It was nothing like that. And so seeing that with Mario 64, I was like, I just didn't like it. And then also it felt a little disjointed with, whereas like I was going to different worlds in Mario, and then those worlds would have their own individual levels that were themed on that particular world. Super Mario 64 was like, it was, oh god, that made my stomach drop. It was, there were themes, right? There were certain levels and certain areas that were, thematic in nature, but it just felt disjointed. Oh my gosh, can I not? I guess I can't platform and talk. Let's try this again. And we jump, jump, jump. I'm also trying to collect. Come on, bro. I say bro like I'm not the one actually playing. So yeah, I didn't like that. And then when Donkey Kong 64 came about, it was bananas, no pun intended. Like you had to collect so many bananas to get from point A to B. Everything else about the game was amazing. It was the collectathon stuff. It just didn't gel with me. Because it stopped your momentum. It just felt bad compared to what was there before. And that's how, I think like, the Banjo-Kazooies of the world and whatnot kind of came about, like kind of aping that style. Again, no pun intended. It just wasn't fun. That said, I do like Mario Odyssey a lot. And I think a lot of that has to do with how easy it is to get the moons in that game. Like just about everything you do nets you a moon. And then like, so like you don't necessarily have to replay an area, like just playing it naturally. Wow, how did I do that? Just playing it naturally, you're going to get however many moves you need for that area. Um, and then being, because it's a platform, exploring your surroundings, that sort of thing, you end up unlocking more moons. So it's like, it was never, it never got to the point of like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck in this place until I get however many moons. It was like, oh, I have to get this stuff. Uh, oh, I thought I had another of the little. Okay. Anyways, it was like, man, I gotta get these moons. But then over the course of playing, like, oh, I already got them already. But I actually don't want to leave yet. Like, I'm having such a good time exploring and just, you know, okay, exploring and having a good time that I didn't mind staying on those levels. And even then, you didn't have to return. Usually when you went forward, that was it. You could return if you want to collect more things, uh, you know, unlock the costumes and, uh, just basically do more Mario stuff. But you never had to. You would get the amount you needed, and it was usually within line with or within reason of whatever level was coming up next or world is coming up next. How, Sway? I was behind him. Uh, and so it felt okay. Like, I think that they had finally found like a happy medium or whatever in terms of that style of game. All right, all right. Let's do this real quick. Typically don't talk when I play these games, so that could be what's. There we go. All right, now, yeah. So Mario Odyssey, basically, they did a great job. Nintendo did a great job with that. But yeah, I couldn't stand it. Like, let me see. I want to say, I thought Mario Sunshine was fun. Like, I liked the mechanics. Uh, but I didn't like, again, I didn't like replaying levels. I thought that, ah, okay. I thought it was fun. I didn't like the mechanics of having to replay levels. I thought that one of them I really didn't like, even though everyone loves it, is Mario Galaxy. Uh, and that's because, oh god. Oh, cool. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Mario Galaxy, right? I think what made me not like Mario Galaxy is how simplistic some of the levels were, in the sense that, like, I had to get a star or a moon or whatever it is you collect in that game, and it was like one level I just went to the level and like ran around for like 10 minutes and then got the star and then left. It was barely any platforming at all, and I felt like I'm just here to collect the star to move on. It didn't feel like, I know there's a sense of, I guess, yeah, it didn't have a sense of urgency in the sense that I'm going to save someone, I'm going to defeat this person, I'm going to save the world, that sort of thing. It was just kind of like, hey, you need stars. Just for the sake of needing stars to get to the next place. Uh, yeah, and it felt too, I don't know, I guess too gamey, which is odd of, an odd thing to say. But that's what it felt like. It just felt like we're doing this just 'cause. This is what you do with platformers now. And yeah. I don't think I don't think I've played Mario Galaxy 2. And I was, and mainly because I was like, yeah, it's probably gonna be the same thing. And that doesn't discount all the great things. I mean, the platforming is good, the graphics are amazing, the boss fights were really fun, but I just was like, I'm tired of this collectathon uh, style of gameplay where it didn't matter. Like collecting things is different in the sense with, goodness, something like Crash, where it's optional. You know, like if I just want to beat the game, I can. If I want to beat the game and collect everything, I can. Or I can beat the game and come back and get everything. Again, optional. And it works. Because there's times where, for instance, oh, the level I was just on, right? I was having a little trouble talking and platforming. So, you know, let's say I don't want to do that. Like I just want to move forward. I don't, I don't want to I don't want to collect the boxes. I just want to move forward because I've played this section, however many times. Being able to do that, that's a big win. Or, in terms of design, at least, I think. It's like, all right, go ahead and, these things are tough. They're supposed to be tough because the challenge is in collecting them all and making it to the end. But the game isn't only about the boxes. There's a, there's a story. With the mad scientist, Crash trying to save the other Bandicoot. You know, it's a there's things going on where the player can be forgiven if they're not interested in collecting stuff. Definitely. How did I miss that? How? 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 Sway. I don't even feel like, I don't even, that's whatever. I know it's silly. I jumped over there to get it, but I'm like, you know what? Bump that. Come on back. There we go. So, yeah, I didn't like it. So, like, even when, cause I bought it, like, I played, played Mario 64 a bunch of times. I've actually never beaten it because I just didn't like it, right? But I went really far. I got really far in it. And I was like, you know what? When the 3DS version came out years ago, I was like, I'm going to give it another try. You know, it had multiplayer. You could play as Yoshi, Wario, Oh, I was supposed to jump on top. Whatever. It had, Yoshi, Wario, and whatnot. Some new, and it was on the go. So, a lot of stuff going for it, right? And so I was like, why not? Why not? Let's give it a try. Maybe I was tripping all those years ago, and the game is amazing, and I should just, yeah, I should just get it, right? And I tried, and I just couldn't do it. And I think I ended up trading it in, trading it back in. I was like, it's not Mario to me. I think the 2D Marios, and that's not to say that the 3D Marios aren't good in the sense of, I don't think Nintendo was bad in making them. I think they've done a lot for platformers and, the genre, right? I just can't get down with, oh, that was weird. 2 boxes! I couldn't get down with how they set that up, that whole scheme of like collecting everything, right? And so I ended up trading it in. And I'm a big fan of platformers. It's what I do. I mean, beyond, the other genres, like I really like platformers. And yeah, again, it was and you know what? I don't even think I'm the only one who feels that way because when we look at the sales of Mario, and I could be totally basing this, you know, I could totally be messing this up. Uh, in the sense that I think I have to make him jump close to it. Is that how we do this? I forget. Uh, yeah, the sales, like the 2D Mario's has always done better. That's not to say that, again, that's not to say that the 3D ones were ever, ah, all right, he has a pattern. He has a pattern. He's gonna jump there, then jump there, and I messed up. I need to jump on you. Yep, yep. Yeah, of course that's, whatever. Timing, uh, we can argue 1,000 things, right? In terms of why something didn't sell as well as it could have. So, whatever. I'm just saying though, a lot of people, yeah, a lot of people tend to like seem to like the I'm doing this wrong. Uh, the 2D games more, and I can't blame them. Really can't. Okay, you were supposed to go box. You weren't supposed to just sit there. Ah, maybe that would have hit him. Oh yeah. All right. There we go. Nope. Hmm. Nope. Am I doing it too early? Wow. It seemed like it didn't move at all. Now it's moving. I feel like he's gonna jump over here, and nope, not enough. Okay. Do they not move when you press the button? So I have to do it in transit? Is that what? Look, there we go. Now he's gonna switch his pattern. Right? Right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I see you. I see you. Not gonna hit. Not gonna hit. Not gonna hit. Hmm. That should hit him, right? Yep, there we go. Now where are you jumping to? Whoa, that was close. Is he doing the diamond? He is. He's doing the diamond. Yeah. Alright. This one should be easy, right? Right? Wow! Wow! Why would I do that? I got too anxious. That's what it was. I was like, I'm gonna kill this guy. He's going down, and yeah. And I forgot how I did that. Awesome. It's tricky. It's tricky with the 3D. I'll say that. It's tricky. I'm gonna lose all my lives messing with this guy. Oh, that's not gonna work. Ah. Oh, they gave me help. Ah, poo. That's not what I want to do. Alright, jump and jump back. There we go. Now he's going three the hard way. Okay. Why? Oh, God. It's like I'm not pressing it hard enough. Like I'm not. I don't. I don't even know what's happening. There we go. All right. All right. Not gonna hit. Crap. Oh wait. You know what? It's probably this side this time. It's probably this side this time. Based on his positioning. No, that's not right because. That should be it. There we go. Now the diamond. Close, but no cigar. Ooh. Oh, don't do that. That should be it. Thank you. Bye-bye now. Well, I think that's about it. Uh, Thanks for hanging out with me and going down memory lane with Crash Bandicoot and basically platformers in general. Be sure to check us out next Saturday, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Feel free to follow us on Twitter. You can follow me personally at UFG Kenny UFG. You can follow our site on Twitter at UFG underscore. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. Go back. You can follow our site at U underscore F underscore G. And you can check out our website, obviously, unitedfrontgaming.com, where we have reviews, news, previews, interviews, and all that other good stuff. Feel free to check us out on Facebook and on YouTube, which is where our streams are going now, if you haven't noticed. We also put up new content. We did an unboxing for the Google Stadia. I can talk. I really can. I promise you. Hopefully, all the talking I did earlier can attest to that ability. The blah, blah, blah. Google Stadia. We did an unboxing. Shout out to Andre Thomas. Did an awesome job with that. So check that out on our YouTube page. We also did a I don't want to say not a how-to, but basically we explained something with Pokemon. Pokemon Sword and Shield, the Wildlands, what they're all about, the in-game content, raids, and all that good stuff. We have that video went up in our Pokemon corner, so definitely go check that out. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. Like I said, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving and, an awesome weekend in general. I hope you bought a whole bunch of awesome games during Black Friday. And I hope to see you next weekend. Have a great day. Or night? Yeah, have a great night. That works.